I'm Jim Buzza. I live here in Decorah, and I spend a lot of time selling antiques, or trying to. I live here with my wife, Kathy. We are both retired employees of Luther College. Before that, she was a city librarian. I was a public school band director. And we have spent our married life liking antiques. This is a significantly overgrown hobby. I would do an occasional, Kathy and I together would do an occasional rummage sale. And a little corner of it, and then a bigger corner, and a bigger corner would be the antiques, along with the used clothing and the used baking dish and whatever. To the point where a couple of times a year, I would do an antiques only garage sale. I never imagined something that would be set up for 6 months at a time. My passion got sparked I can pinpoint the day. My wife and I were at an outdoor flea market in Rochester, Minnesota. I was a little bored. She was looking at used clothing. I had no interest. So I went on to the next booth, and for something to do, I grabbed a handful of postcards and started leafing through them. And I found one that was the apartment building in Salt Lake City where my grandparents lived. That was exciting. And I thought immediately, if there's one, there's got to be something else fun too. So I started looking. What I enjoy most about sitting out here weekend after weekend is the fact that there are some people who will come back every week, and we chat and we tease and we laugh, and we sort of care for each other. If somebody doesn't come, I notice it. Our friends notice it. We form friendships. And then combined with that, if somebody can tell me the story of this item that I didn't know before, I want to learn. I was a teacher. I think I will die being a teacher. I like to have something out, maybe on the checkout table or maybe somewhere else. It's an item that I genuinely don't know what it is. And I put it out in hopes that somebody will come along and say, yeah, this is a snuzzle buzzle and this is how it's used. So then I know. That's cool. It's important to get to know the people even a little and to share information, because I think knowing the past is important. I think knowing where we came from individually as a community is important. I think it's just fascinating to know what once was. Maybe there's a good reason why we don't use this anymore. Doesn't everybody need a fold-up hanger? But apparently not. It's important, and maybe this is very selfish. It's important because I think it's important. And as long as people are willing to share back and forth with me, I want to help them know. They came in here for a reason. Maybe it's to appease their spouse. Maybe it's to find the one missing piece of some collection. If I can find out what that is, maybe I can help them better. And if they're at ease, if they're willing to explain a little bit why they're here, we can have fun together. Maybe they can find the item better, and maybe they'll come back then. Monetary value, I don't know how to say this credibly. Monetary value is almost insignificant. My joy, I want to make money. I don't want to lose money. That's true. But if I can make somebody happy because this piece they've been looking for and now they can take it home, that's a good day. Or if somebody comes in and says, this is special and I want to buy it, I've made their day because they were able to pass something of their family on. My job is to connect this thing with this person so they can be happy with it. And the unfun part of this business for me is telling somebody that their treasured piece of whatever really isn't worth much today. It was worth a lot, maybe when it was new. It's worth a lot still to them because it was grandma's. But nobody else seems to care that it was grandma's, and they're not going to buy it. So too often I have to say no thank you, and that's hard. Yes, there's money involved. That's almost too bad, but it is a business, so that has to happen. This, for almost everybody, this is all superfluous to their life. There's nobody who has to come in here. People seem to want to. And that's, as long as that happens, I'm happy to keep trying. If the consensus was, Jim Buzza's a nice guy, that would be wonderful. There are people who do everything I did better. And I know that, and I'm thrilled that there are. But I can keep trying to be a decent person. Part of that's selfish, because I know that accidentally it connects me with some nice people. And that's wonderful. I hope they've had a good 5 minutes or half hour or however long they were here, because then on many different levels, they will want to come back to the shop, they'll want to come back to Decorah, they'll want to keep looking for their thing, they'll discover that they have a new thing, and they'll have fun with that. I hope they'll find they have friends, kindred spirits, who are at least as excited as they are, and willing to be part of the hunt. That's what I'm hoping for. There are people who come from, pick a state, Michigan, and they purposely now guide their trip through Decorah so they can stop at these shops. That's fun. All because somebody wants an ashtray. You know, how silly is that? But it's a system that seems to work. I don't. But it's worth it.